Hello and welcome again. In the previous two videos of this static routing, we configured the basic topology, then configured the interfaces and the routing. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to provide services such as DNS. So in this site, if we have a DNS server, we will go to the end devices and then grab one of the servers here, and let's call it DNS, and then probably give it an IP from that subnet 10.1.1.100. and if we have that DNS server, we connect it. Let's move this device over here, and okay, so that DNS, we need to connect it to the switch so it gets connectivity from the network. So pick an interface from the switch. So let's grab that fast Ethernet interface 4, connect it to the fast Ethernet of the switch, speed up the spanning tree, and now we've got that device connected in the network. It's not doing any service, but let's try to ping from here to here. So that PC is available, and we can use the command prompt, and we can say ping 10.1.1.100. that is on the same subnet, and we're waiting for that to respond. This machine 10.1.1.100. so we don't have the ARP. Okay, so 10.1.1.100, that shouldn't be an issue. Let's see, what did we configure? Desktop. Oh, we didn't give the IP, we just typed only on the display. So 10.1.1.100, and the subnet mask, we're not using the default, we're using /24. The default gateway will be the router, and the DNS, if we're using this machine to resolve names for itself, then we can use 127.0.0.1. but for other devices, we have to provide the DNS IP, which is this machine's IP. So let's close that, and I already provided this from here. So if you see the IP configuration, the IP from the DNS is already given on all the devices. This is statically done, but we can use DHCP when we have the DHCP server. So this server is now connected. Let's ping and see if we can reach it, because we want to ask name resolution. So can it do that for us? Let's ping again. Yes, it's responding. It's the same network. And then, because we need to resolve like my page.local, test page.local, can it do that? So what we're going to do is we need to add those names in the DNS service. So go to the server itself, and then Cisco Packet Tracer gives you this nice little thing where you can add services. So let's go to DNS, and you have to enable the service first. Here, if we say my page.local, the IP to give my page.local is this one, 10.3.3.101. okay, so we have to say that's an A record, and the IP is 10.3.3.101, and we need to add. Then the other one was test page.local, and its IP is 10.3.3.100. we add that one. We also have router 1, router 2, and we can use any of their IPs, maybe 10.1.1.1 or maybe 10.2.2.1, whichever you like, one of the interfaces. So we call it router 1, and it is IP, it's a record, and then we can say 10.1.1.1, for example. We add that. And for R2, we also do the same. We can use it is IP, the one we are connected from. Now these are all done. If we say nothing to be said, we already put there. That DNS service is there. We told these machines, if you need to resolve, ask this DNS. And the way that happens is, in the configuration of the IP, here, it is, this machine has its own IP 10.1.10, subnet mask and default gateway, which is the router, and it also have the DNS server IP, which is 100, and that IP is here. So this machine will ask the name mypage.local or testpage.local, and it, instead of having, let's go to the web browser, instead of writing the IP, which you cannot remember all the IPs of the websites, you can just put the name, and the name can be resolved. So let's start with 10.1. It was 10.3.3.101, and that gives you, this is my test page. Close it and then open again. This should be quicker actually. For some reason, this version of Packet Tracer, when I'm using the web browser, is taking a bit of a time. So this time we're going to use my page.local, and then the same thing comes up. And if you use the other one, which was test page.local, it also appears the same, test page. So now these machines actually, they have the route to go there, because this router knows when a resource request comes from here, it goes to the router, which is the default gateway, and this router says, do I know how to reach that subnet 10.3? It checks its routing table, which if you check from here and say show IP route, it says in my routing table, do I know 10.3? Yes. Where do I send it? Send it to that router, and that router is here, 10.2.2.2. So this IP is for here, for this interface, and this IP is for this interface. So it says send it to here, and this one is up here, and that router will forward the traffic here, and this router says, do I know 10.3.3? and it will check its routing table, same like before, show IP route, and it says yes, that's directly connected to me. C means connected, directly connected, and this machine will receive the packets and respond. So that's how the routing in static routing it's done, and then how name resolution is done. This IP configuration, it's done statically. Do not confuse with static routing and static IP configuration. This one you provide the IPs this way, but if we have a DHCP server, then we will get the IP without actually configuring each device. If you have thousands or hundreds of machines, you won't be able to configure each one manually. You need a machine that takes care of that service. So we call it the DHCP server. You can use a Cisco router to be a DHCP server, but those services I will spread videos.